Yeah, it all happened pretty quickly. So coach pulled me aside, told me Chimaev was out, but we're working on getting a new opponent for you. Obviously, I was a little, upset. It's not upset at him. It's just like the change in the switch up was a bit annoying to have it that happen that close. I spent a long time working a very specific game plan for Chimaev for it not to happen. So, but you know what? I count my blessings for the fight to still go ahead, for Ikram to step up. It would have been worse not fighting.
Yeah. Did they like? Is it a situation they bring a couple of names to you, or is it like this is the guy that's said yes first kind of thing, or how does it work?
I think they were struggling to people weren't really throwing their hands up to take the fight to begin with. But
Yeah.
I leave that side of things to my coaching staff and the UFC. They were talking about it, so I didn't really have much input. I found out. I went away. They came and said we got a new fight. I was like, yay!
Was it yeah? Do you think about it like when they say it's Ikram Aliskerov? Do you say, oh, let me go think about it. Let me have a look at some videos, or is it just a yeah? Let's keep going.
No, it's my coach come up to me and goes, "Hey mate, we got a new fight. Let's go."
Yeah.
That's it. They understood like what I want. Like I want to fight. I
Yeah.
understand that being the headline, being the main event, there's a certain level of responsibility. But as well as like I put all the work in. I've done all the time. People are excited to see me get out there and do my work. So wait and see.
Yeah, what does it say, I suppose, about the division and about Ikram that he was the guy that stepped up?
Um, Mate, hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't know how many people they went to. Um, I know, props to Ikram pushing his week. It's not like he wasn't training. He was training to fight the weekend just passed. So he's fit and he's ready as well. And honestly, he's got almost a more dangerous skill set than Chimaev. Very different styles, but he's almost more dangerous. So it's going to be a hard fight. It's yeah, I'm thankful that I still get the chance to get out there and put on a show. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
This time last week, what did you know about Ikram Aliskerov?
Nothing. First time I heard about him was and this is no disrespect. The first time I had heard about him was when they said we got the fight. Um, then I looked at some tape and I understood straight away how dangerous this guy is. So yeah, I'm treating it appropriate.
Yeah, you mentioned you'd spent this whole sort of training camp preparing for Chimaev. What do you like? Can you change up? Like, how do you change up on this late notice? What does Ikram bring that Chimaev doesn't bring? Where is he more dangerous?
Uh, he he hits like a truck, and he's got a full skill set. He's a tough dude. So I've got to be wary of that. He's not slow either. So I've got to be wary of his hands. He'll take the fight any which direction, and yeah, I got to be ready to adapt on the fly. I got to be ready to push my own plan, my own sort of fight strategy, and see what happens.
I know you don't like to study your opponents too much, but when it's a late notice change up like this against the guy you never heard of, do you look a little bit into it this time around?
No more or less than I usually do. I looked him up straight away to get uh, a visual on my opponent, so I can visualize it. But I might watch a little more closer to the fight. Still got a little while to it.
Have you watched this fight with Chimaev?
Yeah, obviously it's hard to take a lot out of that because it was a long time ago, but that just shows how dangerous this Gorov is.
Yeah, I mean yeah, like you say, it was a long time ago. He's had a whole lot of fights. He's in the UFC now. Like he's only would have gotten better presumably from then.
100%, 100%. You see his work that he's put in the UFC already. He's running through people.
When it was you and Chimaev, it was a total eliminator. Is it still that's still the case? You win this weekend, you're onto the title.
I have to wait and see, mate. It's I'm not too worried about that. I wasn't worried about it before. Still not worried about it now. It's winning open doors. Winning opens doors. So it's I just gotta stay switched on, get in there and put in my work, and everything will fall into place, I'm sure.
I know, like, the UFC likes guys that fight, likes guys that step up to the plate. I'm sure you willing to stay in the fight and take a late notice replacement. In a couple of months' time when they're looking for a guy, or when they're sussing out who gets the next shot. Surely that comes into it when you've got Strickland now saying, I'm not fighting at all until I get another shot.
Mate, that's not for me to worry about. I'm not too fast. I try not to worry about things outside of my control. I'm here to fight. That's my job. It's how I put food on the table for my kids. I'm getting in there. I'm ready. I'm getting in there Saturday, and I'm going to leave it all there. That's the only thing I can assure you, mate. The only thing I can control, and that I'm going to do.
I know nothing else beyond this weekend matters. But have you thought about like what happens after your fight, after your career ends? I'm not trying to age you or whatever, but like how many more runs left at the title? Like how much longer do you want to keep fighting?
You know what? I've given myself a soft lock on about 36. So I feel like I'm in the best form of my career, and I've got the best yards to run just yet. But I think 36 is I think it's a reasonable time. It's a long stay in the UFC. It's a long time fighting a good fight. So there's lots of things outside of the octagon that I want to do. Yeah.
What do you like? Yeah, what might retirement look like for you? Like, what do you have going on?
Well, I'm hoping I've set myself up enough to have to do anything. but we'll wait and see. Who knows?
So no, I did ask you a couple of weeks back who you thought would win between Izzy and Dricus. Fight's been made official like today. Yeah, want to get your thoughts on like how stylistically they match up, having fought both of them, having experienced what they both do well.
I think Dricus has a really strong fight approach to beating Izzy. I'm going to back him in winning this contest just because I think stylistically he matches well against Izzy's style. I think that forward pressure, awkward pressure is just going to be too much, especially after the success Sean Strickland had with him.